Hey, hi friends, welcome to vCreation Technologies. Today we are going to discuss about where and how to use the JavaScript. So in my last video, I had explained you a lot of things about the JavaScript. So the JavaScript is completely free and all of the modern browsers, it does support the JavaScript. So no need to download any type of software, any type of third-party libraries or any type of third-party software to do the JavaScript coding, or we can say the JavaScript scripting language. So now here I'm going to explain you like where and how to use the JavaScript. So first thing is how to use the JavaScript. So to use the JavaScript, you need to use the script tag. So the script tag is essentially required to do any type of JavaScript coding. You need to use the script tag. So under this script tag, you can write any line number of code, and you can use those line of code. Now where to use that JavaScript? So now here you can see in the screen, this is the head section and this is the body section. Okay, so as I had already explained, we need to use the script tag. So we can use the script tag inside the head section as well as in the body section, and also we can use the external JS file also, which I am going to explain you at a later time in this same video. So first of all, let me create this script tag under the head section. So here you can see we can use this JavaScript inside the head section also. Okay, even if we can use the JavaScript, I mean the script tag under the body section. So here you can see I added this script tag under the head section. I added the script tag under the body section. So now you can write any line number of code or any JavaScript code under either under the head section or under the body sections. So these are the two ways where you can write your own JavaScript code. Okay, now the next thing is the parameter. Okay, so here we have a parameter called as the type. So where the type is nothing but about JavaScript, because as we are using the JavaScript programming language. But most of the modern browsers automatically use this type as the text class JavaScript. So if you are going to remove this text class JavaScript, then also automatically this code will execute in most of the modern browsers. But let's say if you are using some of the very old browsers, then at that time you need to you add those type equal to text class JavaScript. So now the next thing is external JavaScript. Okay, so let's say if you have some of the external JavaScript file, okay, so which you want to use in this HTML file, then there is an option called as the SRC. So in this SRC, you need to just pass that location of the external JavaScript file. So here also same way you can use inside the head tag or inside the body tag. So let me like give you an external JavaScript file. Okay, so this is the external JavaScript file I am using here. So respond.js. So let's say if I control and click, so here you can see, so this is the respond.js JavaScript. This is an external JavaScript which is present under the desktop. But let's say if you are pasting this respond.js under some different location, then that location you need to give it here. And also here, let's say in place of this respond.js, if you are using some of the CDN or some of the external JavaScript files, let's say from the google.com, from the yahoo.com, or from some other source, then also you can paste the link of the JavaScript file, and automatically the JavaScript file you can use here. All right, so the next thing is, let me remove this respond.js. Okay, so now the next thing is, so either you can use the script tag under this head section or inside the body section. So no need to use it two times. Okay, but as for the example I'm just showing here, so either use it inside the script tag or you can use it inside the body tag also. Now when we will just use an external JavaScript file, like here, let me add that respond .js. Okay, so this is the external JavaScript file which I am using. So what is the advantages of using the external JavaScript file. So the code, the HTML code or the ASP code or any of the code which you are using, that separates from the JavaScript file. Okay. So let's say if you want to change some code inside the JavaScript file, then automatically you need to change that inside the external JavaScript file. So nothing is going to change inside your actual code. Means here you can see, let's say in the response.js, I want to change some of the code. Then I can directly change that under the response.js file. So no need to change anything under the HTML file. So which separates the both HTML and the JavaScript file. So this is not like a limit to the HTML file. So let's say if you are using an MVC file, then so inside the MVC file you can directly use this response.js, and no need to change that MVC file. So directly you can change this response.js and directly you can use it. And it is like better to compile, like no need to compile the whole page, so that the JS file only it will be compiled. The next advantage is it is very easier for the user to read between the JS file and the actual HTML file or any other type of file. So directly you can go and read here what are the JavaScript file we write it inside here. Now for the caching purpose also it is very helpful if you are using an external JavaScript file. Now, but let's say if you don't want to use that external JavaScript file, then also that is fine. You can just remove this src. Okay. Now let me close this response.js. So now whatever the code you want to write it for the JavaScript file, then you can write it under the head section or under the body section under the script tag. But the thing is, this script tag, whatever the code you wrote, you are going to write it here. So that is limited to this page only. So let's say here I am going to write some 10 lines of code. Okay. So under this script tag, you can see here, I'm just going to write this 10 lines of code. Okay. But this 10 lines of code is limited to this particular HTML file. But let's say if you are using this external JavaScript file, then you can reuse those JavaScript methods or files, anything in that project. So here like I had explained you, like where to use those JavaScript files and how to use the JavaScript files in the detailed section. So this is all about our today video. Thank you. Please do like and subscribe to our channel.